Section 2, Your Career in Real Estate. Unit 1, The Business of Real Estate. Unit 2, Choosing a Broker. Unit 3, Working as an Independent Contractor. Unit 4, Maintaining Your Personal Safety. Unit 5, Creating Personal Success. Unit 6, Career Paths for Real Estate Professionals. Where to find your niche. A niche is an area of focus for your business. You can base your niche on geography, specific neighborhoods or area of town. Demographics, first-time home buyers, empty nesters, golfers. Property type, new construction, historic homes, condos, lakefront properties, expired listings. Property value, $250,000 to $500,000. Client type, landlords, investors, people selling their own homes. You may have more than one niche, of course, but selecting just one in the beginning is ideal. The point of a niche is to focus your efforts so you aren't spread too thin, unable to get noticed by anyone. Specialization conserves your energy and resources. Choosing a niche. Several avenues exist when you're selecting a niche. Here are the most common. Your niche finds you. You may find yourself just naturally working with a specific market segment. Perhaps a tightly knit group of people refer business to you. You seem to like working with a specific group of clients more than others. You may find that high-wealth individuals aren't your cup of tea, and you prefer young families. You may have a hobby or group you belong to that becomes a niche. For instance, if you're an avid sailor and become active in the sailing community, you may find that selling waterfront properties is a natural fit. You may live in a unique property and end up specializing in buyers and sellers of that property type. For instance, perhaps you just finished restoring a Victorian home. In your search for finishes and contractors, you meet other Victorian homeowners and enthusiasts who may become your clients. You may turn a talent or skill into a niche. If you speak Spanish, for instance, you might develop a niche serving Spanish-speaking clientele. You may have a spouse, partner, parent, or sibling who's connected in some way to your niche. For instance, if your brother is a builder, he may connect you with other builders who want you to list their properties. A former job can lead to your niche. If you were previously a teacher, for instance, you may find that serving teachers comes naturally to you. These are just a few ideas. The possibilities for niche creation are endless, and the more creative you are in establishing your niche, the less competition you will have. Niche pitfall. Make sure to follow fair housing law when developing your niche. For instance, advertising strictly in Spanish-speaking periodicals could be viewed as discriminatory because you're demonstrating a preference, through your marketing dollars, for a specific protected class. Surviving real estate cycles. The real estate market is cyclical. It goes up, it goes down, it's hot, it's slow, it's a buyer's market, then it's a seller's market. When you understand why these fluctuations occur, you can work with them and make a plan to succeed, even when the market isn't great. The real estate market is affected primarily by availability and affordability. When there are shortages in labor force, building materials, or land, real estate supply can drop. A lower supply creates a seller's market. Home affordability is affected by government controls and policies. Interest rates, the amount of money lenders make available, and tax rates contribute to how much home a buyer can afford. When interest rates are low and employment is good, more people can afford to buy homes. Demographics and employment opportunities in an area, basically, the local economy, also affect demand for real estate. When there are plenty of good jobs in an area, people can afford to buy, so demand is up. If the supply of housing is also short, that makes for a strong seller's market. On the other hand, if the economy falters after a construction boom, there will likely be fewer buyers and lots of real estate on the market. Those who can afford to buy at this time can be choosy and take their time, and good deals can often be had. But what does that mean to you, as a real estate professional? You don't control the economy or the supply of building materials, so how do you react when the market shifts? The answer is, you don't react. Instead, you prepare. You prepare to be ready for any market condition. One way to accomplish this is through niche marketing, where you concentrate on a segment of a market rather than the whole. Niche marketing allows you to focus your efforts, and this will improve your results in any market. Another important strategy is staying in touch with your sphere, a group of people who know you and would refer business to you if given the opportunity. If you try to be everything to everyone, you will have minimal impact. With niche and sphere marketing, you effectively own a given market by concentrating your efforts there, being consistent, and making a name for yourself. This is an effective way to minimize the effects of market pressures, and it can help you navigate not just local market cycles but state and federal ones as well. One caveat: use caution in developing a one-trick pony niche. If you make a niche out of serving a specific employer, for instance, and that employer leaves town, you've just lost that business. Essential professional relationships. Real estate is a relationship business. 3 important relationships you'll want to develop soon will be with a title company, title representative/closing officer, and mortgage broker. Title company. The marketing department within title companies can provide you with mailing lists tailored to specific criteria such as all owner-occupied homes with tax values above $300,000 that have not sold in the last 3 years in the following 3 zip codes. They also often have lines on inexpensive websites, postcard mailing services, etc. They must abide by RESPA, so keep in mind that if there is a cost for the service, you'll have to pay. It's generally reasonable, however, and mailing lists are free. It's common practice for your clients to do business with the same title company that you use for marketing services. It's not a requirement, however. To suggest that providing marketing services to you is dependent on receiving referrals from you would be a RESPA violation. Title representative/closing officer. Good title representative/closing officers are worth their weight in gold. Ask around the office for recommendations from your colleagues. The client ultimately makes the selection, of course, but having a good name, actually 3, to give them is important. A good title rep can make problems disappear by keeping track of paperwork that's due, reminding the parties of upcoming events and deadlines, making sure that all signatures are there, etc. Always meet with the representative before referring them. Make sure you're comfortable with their professionalism and courtesy. Just because another agent refers them doesn't mean they're right for you or your clients. Your mileage may vary. Mortgage broker. A great working relationship with a mortgage broker can lead to cross-referrals over time. Keep in mind that one mortgage broker may have referral relationships with many real estate licensees, so the ratio of referrals may be something like 10-1. But that's okay. Referrals are only one aspect of the relationship. Mortgage brokers can assist your buyer clients with finding the right loan for their situation. They also act as a liaison between a lender and the client to keep the client's loan progressing through underwriting. This is a good thing, because closing more loans means closing more transactions. Establish a relationship with a mortgage broker, and refer them as appropriate. Categories of real estate at a glance. As a licensee, you need to be familiar with the 6 categories of real estate. Leisure. Hotels/motels. Golf courses. Resorts. Sporting arenas. Movie theaters. Restaurants. Industrial. Heavy manufacturing. Light manufacturing. Warehouse and distribution. Healthcare. Hospitals. Urgent care centers. Doctors' offices. Residential. Single family. Multifamily. Apartment buildings. Condominiums, cooperatives. Office buildings. Class A, prestigious. Class B, fair to good. Class C, functional, below average rent. Retail. Neighborhood shopping centers, strip malls. Regional shopping malls. Standalone stores. Specialty. Mixed use. Combined retail/residential. Planned unit developments. High density, zoning mix. Transit oriented. Near transportation hub. Public, schools, prisons. Cemeteries. Agricultural. Remember, when handling real estate transactions, you must always operate within the scope of your license and expertise. General selling process for a residential listing. Obtain the listing. Meet with the seller to discuss property and goals. Prepare a comparative market analysis. Prepare and present the listing presentation to educate the seller about the value you provide. Gather information needed for the listing agreement. Sign a listing agreement with the seller. This contract gives the licensee the authority to list and market the property. Prepare property for marketing. Suggest cleaning and decorating a home to make it appealing to buyers, often called staging, and other property preparation. Schedule photography. Measure rooms and prepare features list. Arrange for sign installation. List and market the property. Complete the MLS listing and publish with photos. Expose the property to prospective buyers through a tailored marketing plan, a multi-step process that varies based on property and client needs. Prepare marketing materials and ads. Hold open houses. Field phone calls. Arrange showings. Manage the transaction. Guide the seller through the transactional process. Present offers and discuss possible responses. Deposit earnest money, i.e., an amount the buyer pays to show commitment to purchase the seller's property, according to the agreement. Prepare the seller's net sheet, which is an estimate that the seller's agent prepares to show how much money the seller will walk away with if the seller accepts the buyer's offer. Prepare necessary transactional paperwork, obtain signatures, and provide copies to parties. Negotiate offers and counteroffers with buyers/their representatives on the seller's behalf. Negotiate repairs, if needed. Provide a list of reputable contractors if needed, obtain estimates for repairs, if permitted. Assist the seller in scheduling contractors for repair work, if needed. Work with the buyer's representative to verify the loan progression and satisfaction of any contingencies. Work with the title company, the business used to determine clear ownership and facilitate the closing, to provide appropriate documents in a timely manner. Track the transaction through closing. Retain copies of all paperwork.